Gentlemen, welcome to 2017 One Night Only Review. That was a lot to say. I've already botched that thing 7 times already. Is it 7? Yeah, it's 7. Anyway, I have not seen January 5th's show yet. I will be doing a review of it tomorrow. Hopefully you want to see it. So whatever content was put onto the show, I don't really know that much about it because I don't know what happened in this show. But it was good to know that they made it live. Unfortunately, I could not get a live stream to see it. That was a major issue for last night. And tonight, it was hard to find a live stream of One Night Only. And yesterday, there was no live stream that I could find for TNA January 5th. I'm sure there was one, but I just could not find it. All the regular places I go to didn't even have it. So I managed to find a place to download the original videos, and I'll be watching it that way. But, I wish that they would do more. That people would more live stream it more better. Or more, you know what I mean. Anyway, we have maybe about 9 matches here. And since there wasn't that much content, I believe that the live show yesterday had the major content, and this was all the matches for those shows. This is what I believe, because there was a lot of talk about certain things. Let's get through the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the X Division. Now, I don't know if anything happened yesterday because, like I said, I haven't seen it yet. But let's put it in this case. Team X Go sucked. So bad. It was an interesting concept at first until there were no titles. And worse, it was only X Division guys. If it was everyone getting into kind of like a tournament type of thing for 3 titles, it would make sense. The Team X Gold champions would have been better than the Team X Gold flag. That's what killed it for me. I don't care if Corbin as well as, what was it, DJ Z came up with this idea. It sucked without titles. That's the reason why it failed. Anyway, was it a good match? It wasn't too bad. And it was Emmerich who whacked the back of his head. Unfortunately, I could not get that shot. They didn't show it again once it happened. So I'm sorry. He whacked the back of his head onto the ring apron, the very skirt. It was a nasty head whack. But in the end, DJ Z won, and I didn't expect him to lose because essentially he's the most well-known of the X Division. He just is. Sorry. Next, we have... I'm going to do 2 matches at the same time, and that will be Robbie E and Jesse Goddard versus Bram and James Storm. Now, of course, these were 2 different separate matches, but essentially it was basically the same outcome. But I will say this. Robbie E deciding to change his music, change his ring attire, was a nice change. It was nice to see. When it came to Jesse Goddard, he's using different music as well, and his ring work is much, much better. I will say this 100%. One of the people in 2016 that's improved the most is Jesse Goddard. He has worked hard on his ring work. He has been trying very hard to improve, and I approve. But when it came down to it, the worst thing about this entire situation, I botched that. I slurred my words for the simple reason that DCC has been ruined. Oh my gosh. DCC was doing so well, and then they ruined them. 1, they didn't let them win gold. 2, instead of letting them continue talking about the Titantron, periodically they started talking at ringside. Taking off their mask was the worst thing about it. They should have kept the mask on so no one would see who they are. They should stay unknown. That's what would make it great. Bram didn't need to show his identity. Neither did Kingston. The only person who needed to show it is James Storm because he's the most well-known in TNA. And he still didn't need to talk or say anything. But they ruined it. And that is the worst thing about this show, seeing DCC ruined. How James Storm won was terrible. It looks like there was total ring rust from him. That match looked choppy. Jesse actually carried that match. When it came to Bram and Robbie E, shockingly enough, not only Robbie E changed his ring work, at least he showed that he could hang in a match, which made Bram look worse. Robbie E's a jobber, and he made him look bad. But does that mean they're going to do anything with Jesse? They're going to be doing anything with Robbie E? No. But then they're not going to do anything with DCC. That makes it worse. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on to the women. I got to prepare myself. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen. I got to breathe. Because I know what's coming. Gail Kim, one, is not retired. Two, she's been hurt. We've already known that she's been hurt, but it was always a question if she was retiring. She already said she's not retiring. Her injury's taking longer, and she'll be coming after Rosemary. Let's be honest here. We need to get this over with. Gail Kim is a new John Cena. And I'll probably stick a picture of him on screen with her. Because it needs to be done. She's the only person I've ever seen in any promotion that comes close to John Cena. She's been pushed down our throat every single time when she comes back to TNA. She's always had the most storyline, even if it sucked. She's been the most cared for. The only difference between John Cena and her is because she's been put into the Hall of Fame. John has not yet. John has not. But eventually he will be. That's the only thing she's got one up on him. Now, getting off of that, breathe. Look at the bright side of life. Rosemary. The match is meaningless. It was an okay match, but it's meaningless because Rosemary is TNA Knockouts champ, and she's beautiful at it. The way she talks, the way her mannerisms are, the way that she acted. Unfortunately, I could not get the shot of her pulling herself back up with her legs pinned behind her neck or her back. And she sits up like the Undertaker, but with her legs behind her back and her butt. Was the nicest thing to see. What Bray Wyatt should be doing. In some form or fashion, Rosemary has done it. If I can, I'm going to see if I can get that image, if I have it with me. Her sitting up. But to be honest, oh my fracky dacky crack crack. I gotta take that from Booger T. Sucky ducky ducky duck. I don't care. She is beautiful. I love her as Knockouts champ. Sienna did alright, but she also looks a little out of shape. So you guys tell me below if you believe she was out of shape because she acted like it. Now, breathe. I almost forgot when it came to the DCC. I forgot, but I almost forgot. DCC got attacked by DK. Why? Well, I'll know what's going on when I do the review tomorrow. On January 5th. But right now I'm going, why? That makes it worse. Muhammad Ali Shira versus Rocket. McKay Rocket or something. He reminds me of Kenny King. But bigger. Taller. Why is he in the X Division? He should be in the main regular roster. He should not be an X Division guy. He doesn't fit the mold of an X Division guy. He may be fast, he may be agile, he may jump around like Eddie Edwards and Davey Richard, but he does not fit the mold of an X Division guy. He should not fit the mold of an X Division guy. He should be a regular, ordinary wrestler. And he jobbed. But I will say this. I did like how he talked about Jive Turkey. Hey, you guys are Jive Turkey. I haven't heard someone say Jive Turkey in years. That left in the 80s, ladies and gentlemen. They stopped talking like that in the 80s. Or you got to talk to someone who's over 50. I'm 45 years old. I never call no one no Jive Turkey. But I've known people who have, and they're usually way older than me. Because that's how they used to talk back in the 70s and early 80s. It was nice to see it. But what was nice to see, Muhammad Ali Shira not acting like no more. He's now acting more aggressive. His persona is different, which is good. His ring work needs work. He's just not that good of a wrestler. Rocket, the K-Rocket, I believe his name was. I can't remember his name, just Rocket. But he carried the match for him. So, when it comes down to it, Muhammad Ali Shira needs more work, but at least his persona is different. Instead of the happy-go-lucky guy, he's now more serious. I'm fine with that. Now, Hardy's, the Champions of time and space. Great. Oh, almost forgot. Tank Top Girl for the win. I forgot to say something about her earlier when I was talking about the women. I don't believe I forgot. Tank Top Girl was there. She looked beautiful. Unfortunately, there was one shot of her with Eddie Edwards. And I think it was Eddie Edwards. And I didn't notice and I didn't press the button in time to take her picture. I have to do this long range shot. I'm so sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just glad she's there. But anyway, the Hardys, the champions of time and space versus Eli Drake. Eli Drake. Yeah, yeah. Oh, no, I picked Tyrus. I'm going to say this about Tyrus. I don't hate him. I believe that if he changed his ring attire and changed his persona, let him work with DK. I want him to work with DK so bad. Let him act crazy. Let him act out of his mind like a broken Mac Hardy. Which I got something to say about him in a minute. But let him work with DK. Let him change his persona. It'll probably work. Oh, and now he's working on Fox News. Now, whether you like that type of politics or not, this is not the point. The point is that he's branched out and he's doing something else along with wrestling. And from what I've learned from interviews that he's done in the past on podcasts, he's a very intelligent guy. So I'm actually very happy to see that he's doing something as a contributor to some network. But his ring work sucks. His attire sucks. And his persona sucks. And I just wish they would make him into a really good heel like the DK. But now, Matt Hardy. He's still over. Delete! 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 I'm sorry. I told you guys early last year, if anybody remembers what I said, I told you, you're going to see this persona get over big. And it has. You're going to see what happened. The Great War was epic. What happened with DCC was epic. When they had non-stop deletion was great. That packed, they pack up zone, no, not the impact zone, the zone of impact. They made that show then, and this one wasn't too bad either. He let Jeff be the charismatic enigma, which was okay. And the match was good. Tyrus just doesn't look very good. His ring work is not good. And his persona is not good. I don't hate him. I'm saying it again. I don't hate Tyrus. I might actually put him here somewhere. Maybe. But I just wish he would just change. Now, let's see if there's anything else. Madison Rayne was on commentary. Almost forgot about that. And finally, what was that? Eddie Edwards versus EC3. I believe that was the third best match of the night. I do believe it. Jesse Goddard, I believe, did a very good job, and I think he did the match of the night. Sienna and Rosemary was the second best match of the night, easily. The only reason it's not the first best match of the night is because of Gail Kim. I'm sorry. That took away from it. But this was the third best match of the night. It just was. And in the end, what did we actually get? We got a lot of questions. Kind of like what's going on with Moose. We don't know what's going to happen with Moose after this Impact. I haven't seen it, but the next Impact that comes out. You wonder what's going to happen with Moose. So now you're going to wonder what's going to happen with Eddie Edwards. Look what happened. They had a great match. EC3 looked great. Eddie Edwards looked good. The ref got his ass knocked out, along with Lashley. Lashley hands a chair to EC3 saying simply, knock his ass out and let's go. Me and you were meant to be together. He said, F you. Throws the thing away. He gets his ass handed to him. Then what happens? Davey Richards comes out. Tries to block Lashley. Hits. I don't know what to think of this. When it came to their backstage segment between Eddie and Davey, are they gonna, I think maybe I might say, are they gonna break apart? Are they gonna feud? To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing a Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards feud right now. Not for the title. No. 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 I don't want to see a Davey Richards, Eddie Edwards title fight. I know if they do go with them feuding and Eddie Edwards hasn't lost his title, they're going to go there with it. They just will. It's going to happen if it goes down that route. But after what just happened with Davey Richards hitting EC3 in the back, you wonder, what now? Will TNA actually go through with turning Davey Richards heel? And if they do, will they actually let him feud with Eddie Edwards? To be honest, and I'm being honest here, like I said, not for the title, but if you actually have these two go up against each other, it would be something different. We rarely see partners go up against each other anymore, who are tag team partners. And when it comes to this, and since they have not been around each other for nearly a year, because there's always been some type of problem, Eddie Edwards broke his shin, Davey Richards got injured, and then he took care of his wife, which is Angelina Love, which now she's had a baby. I wonder if she's gotten larger in shape. I mean, women who have children, they tend to go from little to this to this to this. Sometimes they do. But hopefully we'll see if she comes back. But anyway, sorry. Will we see Davey Richards face Eddie Edwards as actual rivals? That's the question I pose to you guys. This is just my point of view. And I hope you enjoyed this Zane's view of TNA's One Night Only Live 2017. Please leave a comment below. I will be getting the January 5th TNA done, and it should be released by tomorrow. If you guys don't like it, I understand, because it is kind of late. I really can't do that much about it. I do have doctor's appointments to go to. I'm sorry. But you guys have a good day. Have a good night.